to Jonathan Taylor. Huge hole. He's at the 30. He's going to go. 10, 5, touchdown. Jonathan Taylor made a man miss the line of scrimmage and then runs it into Pater. And a one-handed INT. Are you kidding me? Kenny Moore.
What a play by Nyheim Hines.
Horseshoe is back, baby. The horseshoe is back.
What is going on, Colts Nation and Titans Nation? Welcome back to another Bring the Juice Colts podcast live stream. We're coming to you live pre-game show for the Colts Week 3 matchup against the Tennessee Titans. My guy Matt from Inside the Horseshoe podcast with me again today. How are you this morning, man?
Dude, I'm doing really good. I'm absolutely pumped. It's always a great day whenever you have the Titans and Colts face off because we usually win those matchups, you know. Excited to get win number 36 against them today.
Absolutely, man. We know it. Colts actually lead the all-time series 35-18 for anyone that didn't know, mainly in large part due to the fact of Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck. We all know this. I'm sure Titans fans know this as well. But anyway, guys, before we get into the rest of this show, just want to do a quick word about our sponsor. What's up, football fans? Do you want an advantage on your sports betting this year? You need to download BetQL, the only app you'll need to make smart bets. Their computer model scans hundreds of thousands of bets every year to give you the best bet recommendation for every game across all major sports. Their model covers everything from spreads, over-unders, to player prop bets. If you don't want to use their model and use your own research, that's fine. They can help you with your researching needs. There's sharp data to know who the pros are backing, the line movement so you can jump on betting opportunities in real time, team summaries highlighting previous success and over-unders and spreads, and team lineup, breaking news, and injury status updates. Plus, you can save all your picks in one place to track your success on leaderboards and rankings. Head to the App Store or Google Play now to download BetQL. You can also head to try.betql.co/juice to get started. Enter the discount code JUICE for a 25% off any of their subscription offerings. Find all this information here in the description, and make sure to check out their BetMGM in the description to receive a free year of BetQL. No subscription status is nothing. Also, check out their sportsbook offer pages if you live in an eligible state for free offers upon signing up. Don't miss out on the chance to beat your sportsbooks this football season. All right, we're back now. That was our sponsor, guys. Make sure to go check out BetQL, where you can go and make smart bets on sports all across every single sport that you can think of. Great site, guys. Make sure to use that. Make sure to check the discount codes that are in the description of this live stream. Those are there as well. And let's go ahead and talk about it, Matt. We were talking about it just before it started. We saw the injury report, which we're about to get into here in a second. But Carson Wentz expected to play. He is active for this game. So unless something happens in warmups, seems like Carson Wentz will be the starter for the Indianapolis Colts Week 3. This comes after just last week spraining both his ankles on the same play when Aaron Donald tripped him up. It feels great to have him out there today, man.
It absolutely does. Like, I felt somewhat confident that Eason could at least keep it close, maybe even get the win, just because of the defense we're going up against. But having Carson Wentz back, even if he's like 75%, 60% of what he is, that's still better than, anybody we have on the backups. I'm very pumped about it, and I'm shocked because the guy, it almost looked like he broke his leg with that hit by Donald.
Oh my gosh.
Just that type of hit, and the fact that he's playing today is unbelievable.
Oh, it is. It is great. I mean, I'll be honest with my opinion. I didn't think Hundley or Eason was getting us the win today if those two played, even with the defense we're going up against. I felt with Carson Wentz in there, I felt that at least gives us a chance to at least see the offense at a much higher capacity. I think most people agree that Carson Wentz in there right now is still a lot better hobbled than what Eason would be right now. So huge ups. I mean, thank you, Carson Wentz. I mean, thank you to the Colts for allowing him to be able to do this. certainly hope the offensive line holds up today. We're going to talk about all that. But again, let's kind of get into the injury report, guys. We might as well go ahead and pull this up. I will go ahead and share my screen and show you guys the injury report that we have for today. Let's go ahead and show this. So the inactives for today. We obviously knew that Braden Smith was not going to be playing today. That was to be expected. And then Mike Strawn is not going to be playing today, which I think that's exactly why DeMichael Harris was called up today because of Mike Strawn being out. But other than that, Will Fries, our guard / tackle, inactive for today. Kind of a surprise there, but nevertheless, we're okay. Boppity Keys not there. Marlon Mack inactive for today. So that'll be interesting to keep an eye on in case anyone wonders why we don't see Mack today. Isaac Rochelle once again inactive for today. Kind of a weird situation there. He's been inactive a bunch of times. And then Taylor Stallworth, another one that kind of sucks. Taylor Stallworth, one of our better depth guys there, and for some reason he's inactive as well. So, what do you think, Matt, of that inactive list so far?
It stinks. We're not gonna have Stallworth. I like Stallworth a lot. I like what he brings coming off the bench. So it does stink to not see him play. And then Keys. Wasn't really expecting to see him much out there anyway. Still sucks that he's not playing, but it's not the biggest surprise in the world. Marlon Mack, I'm kind of curious to see why he's out.
Yeah.
Like that kind of threw me off because I didn't hear anything about him being hurt and hurt during the game and missing much time in practice anyway. So that kind of surprised me to see him on the inactives list. And Mike Strawn, there was definitely going to be a receiver because DeMichael Harris got activated. There's definitely a receiver that was probably going to be inactive today. I thought maybe it would have been Paris Campbell just because, he was on the, the injury report and, all that. So I thought maybe he would have been, but I didn't expect to be Strawn. And then, Isaac Rochelle, I don't think he's hurt. I think he was just
he might have been a healthy scratch.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
I mean, that's what we get. I mean, it is good to see Paris Campbell being good today. I mean, ironically enough, his best game as a Colt was his second game of his career in 2019 when he caught his only touchdown pass against the Tennessee Titans at Nissan Stadium. So hopefully we see that a little more today. We'll talk about some more here in a second. Let's get into a few comments. Carson looking good in warm-ups. What's being said? Hey, hopefully we can get to 8K today. Hey, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, please. Like the stream. It helps us get it out to more people. That's what we want, is to be more interactive with you guys. And also make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoyed this show, you enjoy the podcast, greatly appreciate that. We already talked about Strawn being out. And whatever, there's a troll there, so we'll just ignore that. Trey, what's up, man? How you doing, dude? See, the Colts O-line will have a game, I think. We'll have to talk about that here in a little bit. Yeah, please, Paris break out. Yes, please let Paris Campbell break out today. That would be nice. But yeah, guys, please sure to like the stream if you haven't already. Brings it out to more people. We're trying to hit 8,000 subscribers. We're so close. Less than 100 to go. If you guys can help us out, we greatly appreciate that. I know Titan Upload just hit 8,000 subscribers,
nice.
I think a day or two ago. So we're trying to catch him, okay? We're trying to catch the things that he's doing. But anyways, let's kind of talk about the rest of this. So, I think, Matt, without saying, just to end this injury report stuff, I was saying in the preview video that this is probably the healthiest this roster has been in probably 2 months. I know Braden Smith is out, obviously, but the rest of the offensive line seems to be kind of coming back now. Your running backs are okay. Besides T.Y. Hilton, the rest of your receivers are starting to come back. Strawn's got a few issues there, but I'm sure he'll be okay. But other than that, and then your defense, your defensive tackles for the most part are catching back up.
Mhm.
Your defensive ends are getting a little healthier. Kwity Paye's not dealing with that hamstring anymore. And then on top of it, you got Xavier Rhodes coming back. He's finally back in the lineup now.
Yeah.
It must feel good to finally say, okay, this is as close to being as perfectly healthy as this team has been in a while.
Yeah, because when I saw the injury report and, just seeing the guys that were, resting, like we haven't seen that on an injury report at all this year, was guys out of practice for resting. I thought that was interesting, but, it's really nice. It's nice to see that our team is, even though it's not, 100% healthy, it's nice to see it getting healthier as the weeks go on. And, we're entering a very important part of the season for sure. So, yeah, I'm very, very happy to see that.
I want to find the Titans inactive list. I want to find out. I'm going to look it up real quick. I just want to see who all is inactive.
Right. Yeah. That's
there it is. Let's see,
right
right here. Here we go. Okay, inactives. So Caleb Farley, that's the big one. That's their starting corner, their fast starting corner. He is not. Josh Reynolds is also not playing today. Kari Blazingame, Derrick Roberson, one of their linebackers, and a couple others. Dylan Redunce, who's I think he's their backup right tackle at this moment, but nevertheless, he's out. But it's weird because I thought Bud Dupree wasn't supposed to play in this game, but I thought he was questionable. But it sounds like he is going to play. He's not on the inactive list at all. So yes, that must mean he is going to be playing for today. So overall, they're struggling with injuries just like we are. I mean, they got a couple of guys at key spots that are injured right now. So we certainly hope that, that they're going to be okay. But nevertheless, they're kind of dealing with it too. Yes, 2 sprains is starting today. Did you see that meme?
I did. I love it.
I figured you did. Yeah. I'll be honest, when I saw that, my brother and I saw that, we were dying laughing. I mean, that was the funniest thing in the world. I'm going to see if I can find it. Hold on. I got to find that and show everybody in case people hadn't seen. Somebody posted here it is. Okay, let me share my screen again in case anyone didn't see on Twitter yesterday. This is the image that came up. Look, I don't like to make fun of guys' injuries, but I think Carson Wentz would think this is funny.
I think he would too.
That's just great. I love that. That's
Me
so
too.
funny. I don't know who came up with that, but that is hilarious.
It's like when I first saw it, I was like, I should really be upset at this, but I find this really funny.
Yeah, right. I should be upset at it, but it's pretty funny. And I think even Carson's probably seen it. It's like, oh, okay, that's pretty funny. All right, let's go ahead and get back into the thing here today. Biggest question mark for the Colts offense today. So I think I know where you're going to go with this, but what's the one thing you're going to be looking at the most from this offense that you have the biggest question mark on?
I want to look at the offensive line. That's going to be where I'm, going to be focusing on the most because we're going up against a much weaker defensive line than we have in the past. Like the Titans' defensive line isn't bad. It's definitely the best part of their defense.
It's got studs on it. It's just it's not as explosive as the others.
Right. And it's definitely the best part of that defense because the secondary is not great and the linebackers, they're not all that great either. But no, yes, I am, Trey. I'm rocking that hat. I am rocking it. I love it. Absolutely love it. But no, I want to see what this offensive line does because it's getting healthy now. Eric Fisher is healthier than he was in the past. Same with Quinn Nelson. I'm going to really be focusing on Ryan Kelly. I really hope that, just the things he's been going through so far during the season change and he starts playing better. But that's where I'm really going to focus on today.
Yeah, and obviously with Braden Smith, with Braden Smith being out and either Davenport or Pryor being on the right side, what do the Colts do to try to combat that? Because we have obviously seen through the first couple weeks, they have not done a lot to protect that right side in pass protection, which is really odd because it's it was weird because we were saying that from the very beginning, right? That you got to get tight ends or running backs to that side to be able to chip those edge rushers to give that right tackle a better chance of success. But we just haven't seen much of that yet. Hopefully we can figure that out. Now, obviously, the edge rushers for the Titans are not as explosive as what they have seen. Bud Dupree and Danico Autry are both experienced defensive ends, but both of them are not insanely creative at making a spot. So we'll just have to see how that is. But for me, for the offense, I want to see the receivers. I need to see the receivers do more. This is a secondary that's very weak, except for Kevin Byard. What do the receivers do to help Carson Wentz today?
Right.
What's
Here,
going
Cody,
on?
I'll fix my hat, Cody. It says he doesn't like it's on straight, so I'll do that. I'll do it for the rest of the stream.
Now he looks like one of those 90s dudes.
Right.
I used to have my hats like that all the time, too, just to piss my parents off.
I'm going to do this.
I remember in our stream one time there was a dude that was like saying we need to tell them to put their hats on straight because they're not skater boys, so we just put them backwards, and then people just started donating us money because people were mad at the other guy.
Nice.
He says perfect.
I'll keep it. I have another hat factor too I could put on too.
Yeah.
Go two
Who
hats.
needs to step up today? Who's the X factor for the offense right now?
For the offense, I need Jonathan Taylor to step up. I need him to have a big day because Carson, he's activated, yes, but he's not going to be 100%. He's going to need some help. So I need Jonathan Taylor to step up and take advantage of the defensive line that we're going up against.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Taylor's had himself a couple of good games against the Tennessee Titans. In week 7, he finally started to get it together a little bit at the start of the season last time. I think he had over 100 yards rushing against the Tennessee Titans. I thought it was very close. So you need to continue to rely on him. And again, we're facing a rough secondary in the Tennessee Titans, but you cannot abandon the run game, which has made you popular. Your offensive line is at its peak now. There's almost at its peak, and they have said they're going to get this thing fixed. Well, it's time to show it. You can say it all you want, but you got to start showing it now. So where is it gonna happen? So that's certainly true. What other position group are you looking at today for the offense side?
For the offense, I'll be looking at the tight ends. I would like to see Jack Doyle continue to be involved. I thought he had a really good game last week, so I'd like to see him continue what he was doing. Same with Mo. I need Mo Alley Cox to have a big game.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you hate Aaron Rodgers?
I know why. I'll keep it to myself, but
all right. But no, I'll keep my eye on those two. And I don't know if Kylan Granson gets involved today. I like to see what he can do as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the tight ends need to get going. I mean, it's a shame just how little they've been utilized. I mean, Granson has played very few snaps and has not even been targeted once. Mo Cox is severely underutilized in the red zone, and Jack Doyle's getting the majority of the targets, and he's been doing well with those targets. But I mean, my God, it's got to be utilized more than just Jack Doyle. It can't be. 2 more TDs for Pascal today.
Hey.
Dude, I don't know if you've noticed, but did you know that he's tied for second right now with most touchdown receptions in the league right now?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. He's got 3. He had 5. He has 5 as his career high. Like, he's got 3 already in 2 games. I hope him and Wentz continue to have that bond in the red zone because those two are hitting each other a lot.
See him more.
Phillip Rivers would be in a retirement home by now. Wentz is tough, man. Yeah, absolutely. Cody knows what's up. Hey, guys, listen, we got 90 of you in here right now and only 30 likes on the stream, guys. I need at least 50. Please help us out. We're trying to reach it to more people. There's 90 of you on here on YouTube right now. Thank you to everyone that has continued to watch the streams. I greatly appreciate you guys.
Now, what's the record for likes?
What's the record for likes in a stream? The game play-by-play that we did against Jacksonville last year, I think hit like 300 or 400.
Okay.
I think that's the record. On a pregame stream, I think we've hit just over 100. I think it was just over 100.
Let's
So
bump it up. Let's try to get 400 likes today, guys. Let's break some records.
400 likes. Hey, let's break some records. The more you guys like, the more people come into this stream, and that's what we need, okay?
Yes, one like equals 1 point that gets added to the Colts scoreboard.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's bump that up. Let's get it to 400 some likes.
Absolutely. All right. So, yes, Carson is playing again for everyone that's in here late and is wondering. Yes, he is going to play. Okay, I know why, but with no legs to walk on. What do you mean? He's got sprained ankles, bro. It ain't like he's got broken legs. And even a hobbled Carson Wentz is still better than a Jacob Eason who has no legs either and doesn't have a great arm. A very accurate arm, I should say.
I'll say, because Jacob Eason could throw me across an entire football field. He just won't do it accurately.
Yeah, the whole point is doing it accurately, guys. All right, let's do a funny little trivia question for you guys. So here's how it works. I'll tell you guys the stat, and we will go ahead and move forward from there. Let's put this up right here. So the Colts have won how many straight games at Nissan Stadium since the present day? Is it A, 1 game, B, 3 games, or C, 4 games? I want you guys to type in the chat what you guys think it is. Is it A, 1, B, 3, C, 4? Matt, do you happen to know this answer without looking it up?
I do know without looking it up.
What is it?
So I'll give it 5 seconds.
Okay. Well, let's see. We got a couple answers coming in. I see some C's. I see some B's. I see 1A. All right.
Okay,
Different
so
ones
at least
coming
one
in.
of you guys are correct. It is B, 3.
We'll see. It looks like, it looks like a couple answers just going it. Yes. Wait, hold on. Somebody's saying that my voice is high. Maybe it's just me. I think that's just me.
Yeah,
but if you guys selected B, you are correct. Yeah. The Colts have won 3 straight games at Nissan Stadium since present day. Colts looking to try to make it 4 today. I mean, we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. The Colts are 35-18 overall against the Titans since their first game in 1970. And during the times in which that Peyton Manning or Andrew Luck was the quarterback, the Colts were 25-5 against the Titans. So outside of that, the Titans have mainly won the series. But when you look at Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck's era, they have completely made that a lopsided everything. So
definitely. Yeah, because we won 2020, 2019, and 2018 in Tennessee. Mm-hmm. It was just
we lost in 2017. Yeah, we lost both games that year with Jacoby Brissett at the helm. So,
which I'm happy about, even though it sounds weird because we did get Quentin Nelson. So I like to think because the Titans swept us that year, we were able to get Quentin Nelson. So, I'll sacrifice a couple losses to get somebody like him.
Andrew Luck Stadium. No, and we can rename NRG Stadium T.Y. Hilton Stadium then.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It just feels nice that no matter what, if you have Tennessee Titans fans going at you, just say, hey, you still were never able to beat Andrew Luck.
You never were able to beat
Nobody
Andrew
was
Luck.
able to do it.
Never. You never could. He never lost to Tennessee.
Nope.
Think how crazy that is. Not only did he beat them in their stadium every time we played them, but also beat them at our stadium too. Oh, yeah. So we never lost ever when Andrew Luck was the starter.
Yes. I like what Cody put in there. We're sorry, Andrew Stadium for Tennessee Stadium.
We're sorry, Andrew Stadium. Oh, man. Oh, we're going to get off of that real quick before everybody else goes insane.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Rhodes closed today, boys. Yep. Rhodes is back. What impact will Rhodes have today? Well, he's going to need to have a big one because, the offense for the Titans, while it has some of the biggest names on the in the NFL, I would say this: it has been very inefficient, especially in the pass game.
Oh yeah.
So let's kind of just go into the Titans offense here real quick. Let's just kind of break everything down. So you have to start with Derrick Henry, right? Because that's how this train works. And if Derrick Henry is not operating at lights out mode, then you can slow down the train and still win. So obviously we're not going to be able to stop Derrick Henry because nobody can truly stop Derrick Henry, but slowing him down is the key term here. What do the Colts need to do that?
So we have to go to our fundamentals when it comes to tackling. We can't do like the one-handed grabs or whatever that you see some NFL players do. You just have to get up to him, wrap your arms around him, bring him down. I need to force Buckner to just, hit him a couple times, just get him down, force him to go up the middle. So I feel like if you can do that, just force him to go in the weaker side, which is going to be difficult to do. It's hard to force Derrick Henry to do anything. I like what Darius Leonard said, where he's like, hey, he's a 270-pound man playing running back. The guy's not easy to take down. We just need to go in. We need to just hit in the chest, hit hard, do whatever we can. Ask Julian Blackmon how to do it, if we can't take him down, and maybe have Julian Blackmon play on the defensive line just for Derrick Henry. Do that. And it's going to be difficult, but
yeah, it truly does come down to just the fundamentals and wanting to hit Derrick Henry. It really is that way. When you get a guy that's that big and a guy that runs that powerfully, you hear all the time of the highlight plays, the stiff arms, the running through people, and all this other stuff. You have to just kind of forget that. You have to just say he's another man that just needs to be hit just a little harder to be able to take down. And of course, getting him at the legs too will also help. Julian Blackmon knows this. He was one of the guys that helped to bring down Derrick Henry quite a bit in that Week 7 matchup against the Titans last year. So it's very important that they do that. Again, it just comes down to being the more physical team. And, Taylor Lewan's back for the Titans today, but again, their offensive line has not been great. It's given up a lot of sacks. It's given up a lot of pressure. The Colts defensive line needs to step up in a big, big way. Yes. It is the game that they have to continuously get pressure. And, Kwity Paye is going to have a rough day for himself because he is going to need to set that edge on the outside and is going to need to be that guy. I don't know what side they're going to do it, but either way, he's going to need to be that guy on the edge, because if not, then, Derrick Henry's going to get everything he wants on that outside edge.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's talk about the two-headed dragon and A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. Now, obviously on paper, and when that news broke out, everyone said, oh my God, here it is. Like, this is the recipe that gets the Tennessee Titans to a Super Bowl right here. Well, if you're looking just off the first two games, you would definitely say that's not the case.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have mad respect for A.J. Brown and Julio Jones and what they are truly capable of. These are two insanely amazing players. And, Ryan Tannehill, especially, being a good quarterback that he is. It's been crazy. But, again, these two dudes have combined for one touchdown. They have combined for one touchdown. Do you know that Ryan Tannehill has actually only thrown one touchdown this season so far in 2 games? Now, again, and Trey's saying it, okay, it's only been 2 weeks. Yeah, I know that, but, one touchdown? Carson Wentz has thrown 3, and, nobody's given him slack for it. So, this team has been able to get passing yards from these guys, but the problem is that, again, the offensive line for Tennessee has been banged up. It's not been good, and they've been giving up consistent pressure all the time. and they're not scoring in the red zone either. Neither team has been very good at that so far. Does that give you any kind of confidence in the Colts' ability to help slow down this big two-headed monster here on this offense that they have?
It definitely does make me more confident for sure. I mean, we just got to make sure we don't allow the big play when it comes to those two. That's always been an issue. So I'm a little worried still because of that. And I'm sure that A.J. Brown is eventually going to snap out of whatever he's going through right now.
Yeah.
So as long as we don't allow the big play to happen, which with Rhodes back, that should definitely help. I dropped my phone. Oh, well. As long as that happens, though, then I think we'll be perfectly fine with those two.
Yeah, so who in this game, in this matchup specifically, scares you the most? Julio or AJ?
AJ. I know right now his numbers aren't the greatest, but like I said, he's going to snap out of it eventually. Going into the season, I was still more worried about AJ Brown than I was Julio Jones, because Julio Jones is still really good, but he's started to go on a decline a little bit. So I wasn't as worried about him, especially with Rhodes having as good of a history as he has against Julio Jones. So to me, AJ for sure.
Like 30 minutes. Go ahead.
But yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
So, and I would say for this matchup specifically for me, I know that AJ Brown is their number one. And that to me is what I think the Colts should look at going forward. But for me specifically in this game, from what I've seen from this defense so far, Julio scares the living hell out of me right now, because he is number 24 on the entire NFL right now in receiving yards. And that's even been with how bad this passing offense has been through the start. I mean, Michael Pittman is number 26, in case anyone was wondering. But, I mean, Julio on 9 catches has 157 yards. This dude racks up yards. And with how our defense has looked through this year, I mean, look at the top 5. 2 of the top 5 wide receivers in receiving yards this season have faced the Colts. Tyler Lockett and Cooper Kupp. Those two continuously just burn defenses, and they have burnt our defenses alive through that exact same thing. So that's what concerns me, is Julio getting everyone into that position and then AJ delivering the final blow at the end. But Julio scares me today because I just don't know how our defense is going to react.
Right. I mean, that's fair for sure. It's just, I don't know. I just think with how Rhodes has played in the past with Julio, I'm sure he'll be on him a lot. He's had his way with Julio, and Julio, had a big game against Seattle, but I don't know. It's just something with AJ Brown. Like I said, eventually he's going to kind of snap out of what he's been going through, and we just can't let him do it in this game. But he definitely has the potential to do so, especially like you said, with how the secondary has been the first couple weeks. It does worry me a little.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, who on this defense needs to make the biggest impact?
So I think I'll say Bobby Okereke. I think Darius is still dealing with some injuries, so I'm not expecting Darius Leonard to have a game like we would normally expect him to have. I think he's still going to play well. He'll still have a good game, but I need to see Bobby Okereke play really good today. I need him to, step up, have a big game, because Rocky Sin has been good so far. Corey Willis, I thought, definitely had a better game last week than he did in week 1. I thought DeForest Buckner, he's getting quarterback hits. He's
just
not
isn't
necessarily
quite getting the
sacks.
sack numbers.
Yeah, but he's so close. So close.
So close
maybe
at a
he'll
lot
get
of times,
yeah. But I need to see Bobby Okereke have a big game today.
I agree with you there. I mean, this defense, who can I say to even make a full impact? I mean, everybody has to do their jobs in this. And against a team like the Tennessee Titans, who are so favored in the run game, I mean, everybody has to do their job today. I mean, it's so important to going up against a guy like Derrick Henry. I mean, DeForest Buckner has to be the enforcer on the inside. I mean, he has to be the sheer wrecking ball that just destroys everything in his path. And Rhodes is going to need to do what he does against these wide receivers. The safeties are going to need to make sure we don't give up that big play that everybody's been talking about. And, of course, the defensive line in general and the linebackers especially need to be in the right holes to stop Derrick Henry, because if not, this offense can be very, very scary. All right, let's talk about some fantasy options for today's game. On the Colts offensive side, how do you feel? Who do you feel could have a big game today?
Michael Pittman, absolutely. Basically, any of our receivers. Michael Pittman, I think Paris Campbell, Zach Pascal. I think they're going to have big games today. Them not having Caleb Farley is going to be pretty big for them. Plus, their secondary already isn't all that great. So I definitely expect Michael Pittman to be big for fantasy numbers today. Same with, I think Paris Campbell. I think he's going to have a really big game too.
Yeah, I mean the receiver group. I mean, surprisingly, if you've had Zach Pascal on your fantasy roster for a few weeks now in a very deep league, you would definitely have been very happy with his performance so far. Isn't quite getting the yards, but the touchdowns to boot certainly makes him serviceable in a lot of places. Michael Pittman last week, a 20.3 game in PPR, that was huge for him. Jack Doyle has been impressive so far with his amount of catches that he's getting. Certainly hope he can continue that. Jonathan Taylor, I would say if you were going to start him anytime this season right now be the better time because of the offensive line now being at a point where we think that we can do that. And then obviously on the Titans side of things, outside of Derrick Henry, because we know that Derrick Henry is going to get his 15 plus points today. We almost assume it. Yeah. AJ Brown or Julio, which wide receiver would you prefer in a fantasy option today?
Ooh, that's tough.
I can tell you who I would take. And now me personally, I would go with Julio because I know Julio's going to get his catches today. He's going to rack up the yards. Not sure how efficiently the actual red zone offense is for the Titans. They will most likely go with the run option at that point. So my suggestion would be to go Julio because you're going to get more targets his way in the middle of the field, and he's going to get the yards.
It's tough. It's really tough. I might go AJ Brown.
Okay.
And play him at the flex. That's what I might do. Because, like I said, he's going to get back to normal soon. This could potentially be the week where he does it, unless our defense clamps down, doesn't let anybody have big plays. But that guy, you get him the ball, he can just explode and have a huge play. And that's like the one thing I'm worried about the most today is that potential of AJ Brown having that huge play. So I probably would go AJ Brown.
Okay. All right. Cody, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Everybody show some love to Cody in the chat. Appreciate everybody else who is in here. 107 of you in here right now. That's awesome. Can we hit 80 likes before the end of the stream? Let's go ahead and get into our last few things here before we get into our score prediction. So what wins this game for both teams?
So for the Colts, what's going to win the game for them is Carson Wentz and this passing offense. If they can, do what they've been doing for the past couple weeks, he's not injured. He will be playing today. Carson will be anyway. If they can get that passing offense going, which they should be able to today with that secondary, that is going to win the game for the Colts. As long as they can do it consistently and score in the red zone. That might be the biggest factor for the Colts, scoring in the red zone. For the Titans, it would have to be they have to win by passing the ball inside field. They have to get that passing game going. If they can get that thing going, because, I think the Colts are going to do a pretty decent job on Derrick Henry. They're not going to hold him to like 40 yards. He's probably going to get around 100 yards, but he needs to get about 200 yards, 150 yards to win this game. I think the passing game for the Titans is what's going to determine whether they win or lose.
Yeah, and I mean, both teams, it's always about the turnover battle. I mean, it really is for both of these teams, and so much more for this game specifically. We've seen it in many times where the games have come down to the turnover battle. So whichever team wins the turnover battle in this game is most likely going to win this game.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to some games around the league, man. We'll finish this off, and then we'll go to final score predictions.
All right.
Everybody knows how this works. We'll just go through a quick rundown of every player or every team and every matchup, and then we will go ahead and talk about who we think will win and maybe a sentence as to why. So, first matchup. The Chargers going to the Chiefs, who just lost their first game in September since Mahomes has been a starter.
I'm going Chiefs.
Yeah, I'll go Chiefs as well. I expect them to completely bounce back. I think the Chargers will make it a good game, but I think the Chiefs ultimately win it. Cardinals going to Jacksonville.
It's a bye week for Arizona.
I'll remember that if they come back and lose. I'm just saying, I will remember that. I will make sure you remember it for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
All right.
I just jinxed them.
Yeah, I think we both agree there. Okay, so the Bears facing the other Ohio team faced the Bengals last week. This time they're going to Cleveland to face the Browns.
I'm going to go with the Browns in a close game.
Yeah, I'll go with the Browns there. I still think Justin Fields in his first start, I mean, he'll be okay, but he's going to be facing a strong pass rush. I feel like some things are going to happen that's going to just make it worse for them. I just think that the Browns are just too strong for the Bears offense right now. All right. The Washington football team going to face the Buffalo Bills.
I'm going to go Buffalo.
All right. Yeah, I agree. Washington's offense still isn't quite what we expected it yet, and the defense hasn't caught up insanely great yet either. The Bills, after just absolutely destroying the Dolphins last week, I think they finally figured it out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The Saints going to face the New England Patriots.
I'll go Saints.
Okay. Any particular reason why?
I think Jameis Winston it was a bad day at the office. I don't think Jameis Winston's a top 5 quarterback by any means, but I think he's going to bounce back, have a better game, and I think that defense, while injured, I think they're going to have a better game this week too.
I think the Patriots are going to win it, man. I think being at home, I think they're just going to be a matchup nightmare for the Saints right now. I honestly do. Okay. Probably the least interesting game of the week. The Falcons going to face the New York Giants.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to pick here. Like,
man, what a game for Eli Manning to just be put in the Ring of Honor and have his jersey retired. Wow, great matchup. I'll go with the Giants though. I think the Giants will pull this one off. I think Eli's going to give enough magic, and I don't think Daniel Jones has been terrible this year, and I think that's enough to beat the Falcons with how bad that that defense is.
I think the Falcons are going to win it, man. I think they're going to upset the Giants. Even if is that an upset, I don't really know.
I don't think so.
Talk about the least possible interesting matchup that I'll ever want to watch this season. All right. Next one, it's an AFC North divisional rival game between the Bengals going to the Steelers.
I'm going to go Steelers. I think Steelers pull out the win.
Yeah, I think Steelers will win by a couple scores here. Their defense, I think their defense is back to being a little bit healthier this time around. And the Bengals showed, last week that Burrow still has a long way to go this season before he gets ready. So I think that's true. All right. The Ravens off that amazing win, although very, very, very injury ridden, going to face the Detroit Lions.
I kind of want to go to the Lions here because the Lions actually aren't as bad as what I thought they were going to be, just how they looked. Jared
Yeah.
Goff is surprisingly doing well with the Lions, but I have to go with the Ravens. I mean, throw me at quarterback, and I think we get the W.
Yeah, I mean, who knows if I don't remember if Lamar's playing or not. I want to know. I actually want to know that.
I don't know.
He was questionable. He said he was questionable. I just don't know. I don't know. It doesn't say right off the top. Just doesn't tell me. Yeah, he had an illness one day after admitting his hip was sore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, even with Lamar in there, I mean, look, their offensive line is shredded. Their defensive line is shredded. I think this might be the game that the Lions might actually pull it out, even if Lamar's playing. I mean, Lamar is, is just weird. It's going to be weird to see how that whole thing plays out because they're already missing 8 guys and they got about 10 others that were questionable. We'll have to, I guess we'll just have to eventually see, but
yeah,
all right.
He is playing too.
Oh yeah, I did see he was. Everybody in the chat saying he was playing. And then the Jets going to the Broncos.
This is a bye week for Denver too.
Yeah, right. I mean, Zach Wilson has looked absolutely atrocious so far this season. It's clearly been the worst one of all of them so far. I think we all kind of expected that, even though we can't really say that about Lance because Lance really hadn't played that much. But
I mean, I think the real question everybody has is who's going to have more interceptions after this week. Is it going to be Trevor Lawrence or is it going to be Zach Wilson? Both are tied with 5.
Holy cow! Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! I didn't think it was that bad for Lawrence. Oh my God!
Yeah, Lawrence had I think 3 the first game. He had 2 the second game, so he improved. There's that.
Sure, if you want to call it that. Yeah. Sure. Okay. All right. Dolphins facing the Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm gonna go Raiders.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the same. Raiders right now looking like one of the top 5 best teams in the league right now. Their offense is moving at a great pace, even though they're missing Josh Jacobs. Kenyon Drake is a very serviceable back. And, with the Dolphins now not having Tua for the next 3 weeks, their offense is going to be slightly handicapped, in my opinion. So I think the Raiders will win that one. This is the matchup of the day, I think, and that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the LA Rams. 2 undefeated teams in the NFC. I mean, this is the big one. What do you got here?
I'm going Rams.
Going Rams?
Yeah, I'm going to go Rams. I think they get it done.
I don't know. I'm going to go the Bucs here. I just think they pull it out. I think some weird reason I think they win it. But we'll see. That's going to be a true testament to see who's ahead right now and who's not. Okay. All right. Seattle Seahawks going to the Minnesota Vikings.
I think Seattle gets the win. Mm-hmm. I think that Russell Wilson and them want to get revenge after having a horrible, horrible game last week, blowing that lead. I think they want to change that, get the win.
And because the Vikings also probably won't have Dalvin Cook today also. Yeah. So that makes it worse. Sunday Night Football, the Green Bay Packers versus the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm going Green Bay.
Okay. I will say this. I think the 49ers are doing well right now. I think they're doing things at a better scale, even with some of the injuries they've had. Green Bay did not look that impressive to me against the Lions. I know Rodgers had 4 touchdowns, but I kind of expect him to do that.
Yeah.
I think the 49ers at home will help dominate the time of possession. So I think that the 49ers are going to win. Also, good afternoon, watching from Nassau, Bahamas. Hey, nice. Charles, thank you very much, man. I was just at the Bahamas a year and a half ago. So nice. I know exactly where that is. Thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. And then Monday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow, what a great Monday Night Football game
I know.
we had
Why
there.
do they keep blessing our timeline with
It's
Monday Night Football games of freaking Cowboys and the Eagles?
Oh, it's so wonderful. I mean, we have a Tampa Bay Rams game.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, yeah, why can't we have that for a Monday Night Football game?
I know. We have to.
Before you
go
even discuss who you think's going to win, did you see that story about Lael Collins?
Yes, I did.
About how he tried to bribe the collector of the results and that's why he got suspended. So, not only did he get suspended for the substance abuse policy, but he also got suspended longer for trying to bribe the dude to actually do it. LGRW, what's up, man? I feel like I haven't seen you in this stream in over a year. Holy hell. All right, your pick here.
You see, this is very difficult because I don't like the Cowboys.
I want to pick the Eagles, but I'm probably going to go the Cowboys here.
It's like I'm going to go Cowboys, and it hurts because I also don't like 95% of the Eagles fans. There's like that 5% that's good. There's some that are good, but yeah, there's a lot I just don't like. I think the Cowboys are too good offensively for the Eagles defense. And even though the Cowboys defense isn't that great, I think they're going to do a better job than the Eagles defense will. Yeah. So if you're going to, put money down on this game, do same game parlay, go high for a lot of these players. I think that's, that's something to do.
All right. Final prediction here before we end the stream, and that is the Colts prediction against the Titans. What do you got?
So I'm going Indy. Shocker. I'm going Indianapolis. Reason why is Tennessee's defense is really, really bad and injured in the secondary. I think Carson Wentz, even, not at 100%, is going to go in there. He's going to have a huge day passing the ball. Michael Pittman's going to have a big day. Paris Campbell's finally going to get more than a catch. He's going to have a big game today. I think you're going to see Mo Alley-Cox get involved too. And I think Xavier Rhodes coming back is going to really help our secondary out. And the big plays are going to go down this week. Derrick Henry will still have 100 yards in this game. I got Colts winning. I'll throw a score of, I'll go 31-21.
31-20? Okay.
21. Yeah.
All right. Very interesting. I think in my prediction in the preview video, I think I had Colts 28-24. I think it's going to be a close game. Both teams are going to get 20-plus points. I just think that the Colts will be able to make a few more plays, I believe, with Wentz on the field. Certainly hope they win that one. It's going to be a great game, man. Super glad to be able to cover it once again. Thank you again, Matt, for joining me today.
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm always down for these.
And guys, make sure that when you leave this stream, again, we're going to be doing a live play-by-play on this channel in roughly 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, so make sure you all hop into that stream. I'm going to go get something to eat before I do this, but nevertheless, thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you to everybody who hopped in and talked with us in the stream today. Make sure you guys tune in for the live play-by-play that I will be doing here very shortly. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, go Colts. Once again, thank you to our sponsor, BetQL, the only app you will need to beat your sportsbooks. Find their information along with a 25% off discount code in the description of this video. Make sure you go check that out. And also check out their special BetMGM offer in the description in order to receive a free year of BetQL and other sportsbook sign-up offers and bonuses.